Shit sucks. Hello. We are back at the tennis courts for today in the field. Kelsey is not going to be joining us because she drank a little bit too much wine last night. So it's just going to be me today. So I apologize if you watch only for Kelsey. Today's going to be a cardio day, or kind of a conditioning day. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm fasted. So outside of some branched chain amino acids, I don't expect to have great endurance right now, but I'm really more focused on trying to cut down body fat right now than I am increasing conditioning. So that's why I do this stuff fasted sometimes. So what the plan is I think I'm going to do basically a lot of crawls. I'm going to do probably a crawl down and then maybe a sprint back. I get pretty hesitant about doing flat ground sprints sometimes because I tore my hamstring doing them once. You ever look at my right hamstring? There's like a gap back there. I guess I'll show you right now, actually. So you can see this hamstring right here, and then right there, that's where I tore that. So, and that was doing a sprint. So I get a little nervous doing them sometimes, but I'm just going to take it easy and kind of just try to get the heart rate up. So we're going to do that for maybe, I'm going to try 12 sets. And then I'll probably do some ab work. Got another guy here right now too. He's using the ab stuff, so I'm going to kind of keep my distance. We have kind of a mutual understanding here. So I'm going to keep my distance until then, and then once he leaves, I'll probably go do some ab work. So I'm just going to set the camera up and do some crawls and some sprints and some ab work, and I'll kind of talk to you throughout. So. Shit sucks. I'm starting to think that 3 cups of coffee before this was a bad idea. But I have 5 more, so I'm gonna get through it. Come on.
So I'll admit, I don't know if I have 2 or 3 left now, but I have a rule that if I'm unsure how many sets I have left, I have to do the higher number. It's just a personal rule I made years ago. So I'm gonna have to do 3 more.
That sucked. Okay, so I think that was actually 13 sets, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to do a little bit more. That was harder, not harder than I expected, but it was hard. Heart rate's pretty jacked up. My allergies have been kind of blocking me up a little bit, so I think my cardio is suffering a little bit from that, which sucks. But like I said, right now I'm mostly concerned about dropping body fat, so performance is not as big of an issue right now. What I'm going to do now is probably just finish up with probably 4 sets of bench crunches. My friend over there is, I don't actually know his name, we might not be friends, but he's still over there. So I'm going to do 4 sets of 20. And I'll kind of show you some basic technique for them. They're not necessarily, everyone's probably done a bench crunch at some point. I did pick up, I hadn't done them for years, and I actually saw a video that Lou Ferrigno put up recently talking about how he'd love to do them and giving some techniques for them. And I started doing them again. I actually like them. I don't like most ab exercises. So I'm going to try to set the camera up. Probably set right up over here. You see the bench? Perfect. Probably be better if I did it from the side, but there's not really a good side angle to work. Oh, maybe there is. A trash can. A trash can shall provide. Okay. So, main thing for this is don't fully straighten out. Leave a little bit left in the legs. That way you don't put more pressure on the lower back than you need to. With ab work, I like to make sure that I'm flexing my abs before I even start the rep. So what that means is, so right here, I'm already flexing before I even start that rep. And what that does is really make sure that you engage the core as opposed to the hip flexors or something else. You really want to make sure that's flexed first. Another good technique that I picked up at some point is blow out hard through your mouth on any ab exercise. I don't know if you've ever sneezed when your abs are sore, but if you have, you know how much it hurts. And that is because your abs contract when you exhale hard through your mouth. So anytime you're doing an ab exercise and you want to make it harder, exhale hard when you're doing the rep. So right here, we're flexed, we're crunching. And I can already feel that, I mean, a lot more than if I wasn't doing the blowing. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna do 4 sets of 20, and then I think I might be done. Like I said in my last video, I'm not trying to kill myself with any of these workouts or, you know, win any competitions against myself. I'm just trying to keep my consistency up as high as possible right now. So 5 days a week of just consistent activity. I'm not going to be making any PRs right now, especially with lifting, and I don't really care to. So I just want to keep active right now. So I'll probably walk later with Kelsey. I usually walk in the morning by myself, but because I skipped that this morning, hopefully old hungover Kelsey will be ready for a walk later. Walking is great for just general conditioning. A lot of people don't think of it as exercise, but our bodies are made to walk. If you're looking to drop weight, I would suggest fast walking over running any day, especially if you're a little heavier. Running puts a massive amount of pressure on your knees, your ankles, your hips, and after a while it doesn't even burn fat. I'm sure everyone's seen plenty of marathon runners that still have baby fat hanging on because your body becomes efficient with it, and after a while you don't really burn fat from stuff that you're efficient at, and ultimately you start biting into muscle tissue too. So walking is a lot better because a lot less impact. You can control the variability, sort of the speed, and also it's much less likely to bite in or eat into muscle tissue. And of course, when you're losing weight, unless you're weird and you want to lose muscle mass, you want to try to hold on to that muscle mass because that's what's going to keep your metabolic rate up, and you're going to look better when you lose that fat. If you lose the fat and the muscle, you're just going to be skinny fat at the end, or skinny, but probably skinny fat. Whereas the goal should be to retain muscle and lose fat. That's how you look lean. It's not losing weight that how you look lean, it's losing fat. You have to maintain that muscle to lose or to be lean. So I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get out of here. If you're wondering why I'm going through so many supplements, it's because my old powerlifting coach, Mike, works in a lab, and he sent me right around $250, maybe $300 worth of supplements that they had tested and I guess used. I don't know what they're doing with them, but sent them 25 bucks for shipping. So I've been piling on the branched chain amino acids. I know they're not as popular as they were a few years ago, where everyone used to be all about the branched chain amino acids. But if you got them, because a lot of the times the complaint is that they're too expensive. But when you have them for basically free, might as well load up. This particular one tastes a little bit like an armpit, but the armpit makes me jacked up front. Alright. Obviously, I am not sponsored by MHP. I don't like when you call your products armpit. Alright, 2 more sets. Woo. I don't get why the flavor sour ball would ever be a marketable term or a desirable flavor. Sour balls, baby. But this one's pretty good because it is 4.1 grams of leucine per serving, which, as far as my caveman knowledge goes, leucine is the good one for the BCAAs. So I'll deal with it. So it's another short little workout. Man, my hair's getting wild. Another short little workout. Nothing special. I know it's kind of boring just to watch me do like 3 things, but not every day is going to be a special variety day. Sometimes you just have to go back to the basics, especially when you don't really want to think of anything new. So that's today's workout. I'll probably be back in another day or so, except you don't know the difference because I don't release these every other day. But I'll see you next time.